right. Got both cameras going. The cell phone camera is on the rear lens, so when I turn around you're going to be able to have a good view of how we muscle our way through the current and all the brush. It is Friday, March 17th, 2023. It's about 5 minutes to noon, and we are rowing on the upper reaches of the Warm Spring Arm on Lake Sonoma. We just passed Rancheria Creek back about 1,000 feet, and we were up here a week ago, and the water has come up about 6 feet 8 inches since then. It was actually higher, another foot and a half higher, but the Corps of Engineers started draining the lake on Wednesday, bringing the water down. They had been holding water because the Russian River flood stage was such that they didn't want to let a bunch of water out and exacerbate the flooding down along Guerneville and Montebrio and all that. So the Russian River has come down a bit, so they're starting to release water. The marina store here at Lake Sonoma had between 2 and 3 feet of water in the store, and they would like to get the water level down so they can get into business again. Hang on a second here. We're going to have to turn around. There's a tree down, and current has washed it down to where, boy, I don't know if we can get through there. Maybe we can sneak around the end. It's going to be a close call. If there was much current, we wouldn't be able to fight the current, because I'm going to have to give a big shove here to get up some speed. Can't get the port oar in the water at all because of a big log there. All right, so far so good. Now, big push. Get clear of this tree on the port side. And now we have another narrow spot to get through. The same difference. The current here has, plus the extra high water, has washed a lot of stuff down here that wasn't here before. Get clear and give a big shove. Hope that don't hit that log. Just missed it. All right. When we were here a week ago with the water down more than 6 feet from where it is now, we were stopped by the fact that the stream bed was so narrow and there was so much brush and the current was so strong. It gets stronger as we get further up here, and we were not able to row backwards against it. And I said, to hell with it. We just started drifting downstream. And we'll just see how it goes this time. We got stopped in here, just ahead there, where that where the channel makes a hard left turn. We got stopped there twice. There was enough water depth over right against the left bank here, but it shoaled rapidly to the right, and there was a strong current of the stream coming down against us, and the water just wasn't deep enough that I wanted to take a chance on running aground, as I fought the current around this corner. But the water's up high enough now. The channel is quite broad, and I'm going to assume that the water is probably about 9 or 10 feet deep right here. This is a sharp chicane with a 90-degree left and 90-degree right turn. And I'm beginning to see evidence of the current here, although not that much. So the water is up high enough that we may be able to get that last 110 feet upstream. I'd like to get to a point where the South Lake Trail crosses the creek. Now the back eddy and the currents spinning us around. Oh yeah, this was more like a rowing in a stream before this current was so strong. This much extra water has quieted the current quite a bit. It's still there. I can feel it grabbing the boat. Big rafts of wood and bark and tree trunks. All right, there's enough room in here, I believe. Let's spin the boat around. Rowing backwards is a necessity for navigation because it's narrow in here, and I don't want to run into snags and anything else. But when there's enough room, I turn around and row in the normal position because the rowing is much more efficient. The boat doesn't really like to go backwards, especially with the rudder then being in front of the boat, because the little side eddies in the current catch the rudder and spin the boat around. It's hard to control. All right, we've got a little bit of width here, and we're coming up to a narrow spot, so I'm going to turn the boat around so I can see what I'm doing. The water is significantly clearer than it was a week ago. It's still pretty turbid, but hang on a second, let me get through this narrow spot. It's still pretty turbid, but it's actually a greenish color where it was brown last week. All right, we got another narrow spot that I'm going to have to muscle my way through here. Get some speed so I can coast past this floating log. And use that oar to drag a bit. Now, you can hear me catching branches. Come on. Not to mention there's a pretty stiff breeze blowing back in here, all things considered. Interestingly enough, it's coming straight down the slope on our starboard side. Oh yeah. I think this was about as far as we went a week ago. But right now, it looks like we're going to be able to go a lot further. Sorry for all the slamming of the oar locks, but rowing backwards is a noisy proposition. Alright, get up some speed here. Get past this floating log. And that brush mat. Alright. We should be able to spot the South Lake Trail here directly. I don't know where we were. If I had the GPS turned on instead of the camera right now, I put a waypoint where we turned around and I could have that showing, know where we were, but I want the camera to be running to record this. So I'm just navigating from memory, but we couldn't go this far before. All right, there's a side creek coming down from starboard, which is right now it's on our left side, my left side. And the various maps I have show the trail coming down to the river, or to the creek here, before this side canyon. I've only been here once day hiking when I was row camping back at old sawmill camp, and that was like 4 years ago, so I don't remember at all what it looked like up here. See if I can push my way through this narrow spot. Well, there's a piece of 2-foot diameter log there. Let's see if I can get enough speed to coast through here without using the oars. That log shows signs of burn from the forest fire they had in here about 3 years ago. Ooh, there's a snag that's not floating. Need to be able to go around that. Make sure that is a tree, yeah. Top of some branches. It looks like we have just about reached the limit of navigation. There's some trees growing out, just brushy little trees growing out across the creek channel, and I have no way to get through there. That opening looks like it's probably only just a few feet. In fact, there's no opening. Yeah, I will try and get around here. I got to be careful not to let the current take me sideways and get me into trouble. I think I can drift down against that. If I can get clear to give a little push here. I'd like to be able to take a look around the corner. Well, I haven't seen the trail come down at all. We get turned around and I'm not having to deal with this current. I will try to spy the trail. My golly, this is more open than I thought. I'm going to take a chance here. Oh yeah. Yeah, from the angle that I was approaching, it looked like this was solidly blocked, but this is very cool. We are already probably 400, 500 feet up the creek further than we have come before. And because the Corps is dropping the water, and they are not going to let it get this high again, unless they absolutely can't help it. So I want to have a video record of this, because it may not happen again for several years here. Okay, there's a bit of current coming down, not a terrible amount. I'm actually rowing against a bit of a headwind. Oh, this is going to be delightful. I have a map of this. Okay, now I'm beginning to, I can't tell if I can see into the water or not. In the shadows, it looks like I can see something underneath the water, but let me just put the oars down deep. I think my right oar, starboard oar brushed on something. Excuse me, the port oar, port side oar. So I don't want to take a chance of hitting a rock up here. And the current is increasing. All right. There's a what definitely looks like a shoal area ahead, although it's looks like a snag, but it might be rocks. So I'm going to go. No, that's a rock. All right, that's it. Oh, I see some trail, or what looks like a trail up on the hillside there, but I'm pretty sure we're past where the South Lake Trail comes down. All right, back down we go. Well, this has been exciting, and I'm really glad that I changed the SD card on the Instant 360 camera. The camera had stopped recording because the disc was so full. The other scan disc, whatever they call it, chip. It was so full that the recording speed had become slow, and the camera automatically shut itself off. I don't even know when that happened. So I was able to stop back there in the lee of the wind, the lee of the hill at Rancheria Creek, where I had some room to drift, and we changed the chip, and the camera must have shut itself off. The 360 camera must have shut itself off pretty soon after I turned it on the last time, because when I turned the camera back on after I put a new chip in, the battery looked like it was just mostly still full. So I need to download just half a ton of videos off of the 1 terabyte scan chip that I've got in there. ScanDisk? I can't remember the brand. I guess it's ScanDisk. Anyway, I was using a 256 megabyte or gigabyte card, which is what I have in there now, and it was filling up. I think I had 16 videos on it or something like that. It was already getting full, so I bit the bullet and bought almost a $300 1 terabyte card, which is the biggest they make, at least the biggest that I found, and put that in the camera, and now it's full. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to buy myself I was looking online, a 4 terabyte remote hard drive, and stop using the little 100 gigabyte remote hard drive that I have now for storing the videos that I actually export and do a little bit of what passes for editing. This is certainly easier going downstream. Get the oars past these fallen trees. Alright, we've been running the both cameras now for about 23 minutes. So I got the wind behind me here. Got a little bit of room to drift, although there is some current moving me. I'm gonna get through this spot.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, that's where the trail is.
What's going on? So we saw you last Friday. How high?
It's come up 6 feet 8 inches. Actually, it's come up more than that, but they've let out almost 1.5 feet in the last 2.5 days.
A foot and a half out.
I checked the level this morning, and it's 6 feet 8 inches higher than it was a week ago today.
Okay, so only 6 feet. Because our trail goes down here.
Yeah, I couldn't see the crossing, and I was looking for it.
Yeah, when we saw you last Friday doing trail work, remember I was at a...
Oh, that's right. You were the guys with the chainsaws.
Yeah.
You're getting ready for the Sonoma 50.
We are. We have the training run this weekend, which we'll do high water.
Are you going to put a rope across the creek up there?
Yeah, but we got to get down at least probably 8 feet.
Well, you string the rope at water level
Yeah.
and have them swim across, but I gotta tell you, you need to have at least a paddleboard. You need to have like 6 guys up here, 3 on each side,
Yeah.
so that somebody can jump on the water on the paddleboard and rescue anybody who lets go of the rope.
Yeah.
Because the current's strong enough that it'll take them right downstream.
Yeah, because is it backing up on itself, or is there current?
There's current right now. Right now there's a pretty good wind blowing and it wants to blow me upstream. But last week, when the water was down 6.5 feet, the current right in here, in fact, I couldn't even get to that trail. I was about 110 feet short of it. And the current was doing about 1.5 miles, 2 miles an hour.
Okay. So at the flow that they're letting out, I should be good.
Well, that'll drop it some, because you're what? You're 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
It'll drop some, but it'll still be much more than waiting, I would think.
I think so too.
Because I would guess that at the crossing right now, the water is probably about between 10 and 12 feet deep.
Okay. That's good to know. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We could get more rain too.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be very strong. So
Okay.
the reason they weren't letting out any water before this is because the flood conditions down along the Russian and Guerneville and Monte Rio were such that they didn't need any extra water.
Well, they could have started before the rain. That might have helped.
Well, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys want the water down, I want the water up.
Oh, we don't. I really, if we have to run high water, we live here. It's
Oh.
the 800 runners who come in that run it lower.
Okay.
We would never publicly bitch to lower it because we've been in a drought so damn long. The last time we had this was 17. It's high.
If the weather, and mostly it's the wind that I have to deal with, but if the weather and the wind are good, I intend being up here on the 17th.
Good.
Or no, what's the 7th? For your race?
Yeah, we'll have here, if we can get across it or swim, we're going to do it. The lower spot, sadly, that's more problematic, and I don't know if you've been there, you're everywhere.
Where's this?
So about 3.5 miles out, there's an area where there's a bridge.
Oh, I've never been on that trail and it's back in Picnic Creek or somewhere.
Yeah, Picnic Creek. Sadly, this isn't very wide. Like, we could pick a spot here.
Yeah,
And it's not wide there, it's just wide, not deep.
yeah. Is the bridge underwater?
Yeah, 100%. And then, you stayed by Bummer. Is Bummer underwater? The bottom.
Bummer where?
So at the very bottom of Bummer, once you come down the hill and go across, is that underwater?
Oh, coming from Madrone over to toward the Bummer side.
Yeah.
You don't go up the hill and around it, huh?
Yeah, but we believe on yesterday Bummer was flooded.
I would imagine it's going to be flooded for quite a while,
Yeah.
because that inlet goes back way in there.
Yeah, that one isn't so bad. It's probably only 6 foot over. It just gets muddy. Well, I'm Skip, and it's just Skip at Healdsburg Running Company. So I'll look for, you put in this info up that you film and everything?
Yeah, I've got a cell phone camera looking downstream for when I'm going backwards through the brush, and I've got a 360 camera here. Can you get over here and I can get over here? I've got a card I can give you. You can email me. I've got a YouTube channel called Ragtime Billy Peaches, but it's not on my card.
It's probably easiest right here, huh?
Well, the thing isn't getting out of here. Fortunately, the rocks are way down. What's that?
What was it, Ragtime?
Ragtime Billy Peaches. see if...
Billy?
No, I'm Dennis. Can you grab a hold of that staff and just keep me from drifting back? Every time I move, the boat goes the other way.
The boat.
Perfect. That's a card I had made when I was putting in an application for the Port Townsend Wooden Boat Festival.
Perfect. We'll enjoy today.
Thank you. It's been great so far.
There'll be maybe about 100 of us running down to here, and then we'll turn around for the training run and run back. It's taken us 3 turnarounds to get 25 miles with the high water.
Oh, so you, instead of crossing, you just keep looping forward and back?
Bring them down to Bummer, down to here, and then down to the other side of Bummer.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for the info, Dennis.
You bet.
We're going to do the fun run back.
Are you on a trail now, or are you just bushwhacking? So the trail continues on past the crossing?
It does, it does. You should be able to see the white sign to the right.
I think I saw something white, long, thin, like
Yeah, it's a long, thin army marker with a sign that tells where the trail is.
I thought I saw something up on the side of the bank there, but I couldn't tell what it was. I've only ever hiked from Sawmill Camp down to the crossing, and that was 4 years ago, so I don't remember what it looks like.
I'll tell you, stay in the boat.
Yeah, when you get back to the crossing, I'd like you to point it out to me.
Yeah, we're not going to cross there.
No, but I'd just like to know where it is. I'd like to set a waypoint, just so I can identify it. My goal has been this year to get up as far as that crossing.
Oh, this crossing. Well, you've got it.
Oh, I'll tell you, I was upstream another almost a quarter of a mile.
Oh, nice. So see all this debris to your right? You're another 25 yards past that debris.
Oh, okay.
And then look, when you get past that debris 20 to 25 yards, you should be able to see it open.
On either side?
Yeah, look to your right. You won't see the one to the left. It's done. It's underwater.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seem to remember the trail kind of switched back down off that ridge to the water, but I couldn't ever see the trail. Stop recording. Start recording. That might be it. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm going to roll upstream and do a do-si-do so I can pick out the spot. Too far over this side. Stop the bushes. Alright, here we go. I can see a sign over here. They're too far away to hear me. There. Too much current to stay here, but there's that sign. So it doesn't look much like a trail crossing. All right, let's get through this narrow spot. This log's been drifting. That's that old road bed. This has been just so bloody cool. Cell phone camera's been going for 37 minutes. So that trail crossing is another 300 feet up the creek from where I thought it was. But I'm going to have a waypoint now. Well, that is so cool. I am just tickled pink that I met those guys, found out where the trail was. Where are you? I see you now. I saw the sign on the far side of the creek there. They're far enough away they can't hear me. What's that? All right, enough of this nonsense. I'm going to shut the cell phone camera down. So that we can save some battery. And I gotta pay close attention because we're still in areas where it's narrow, even though I've turned around. There's a wide spot in here. But we're coming to some brushy areas that we'll have to duck through. So, all right. So for the cell phone camera, this is Ragtime Billy Peaches saying, please click the subscribe button. Oh, there's the old road bed that they're probably using for a trail. Click the subscribe button. Please give me a thumbs up and ring the bell for updates to Ragtime Billy Beach's channel. And I would appreciate it if you have anything to say, leave me a comment. I've only gotten two thumbs up and one comment. The comment was from a guy in Australia. I'll have to email him back and find out where he is in Australia. And then we've got to turn around here. I just can't see well enough to be confident in navigation, because I do not want to hang up on anything. So, cell phone. Ragtime Billy Peaches here, signing off. We'll catch you all later.